Good evening, folks. You're all looking great tonight. Your teeth are all bright and shiny and white, looking like you've been using your toothpaste. And you ever wondered, why toothpaste? I mean, it's not like we're getting up every morning and gluing our teeth in our mouth. I mean, sure, my grandpa does, but I don't see him here in the audience. He's not allowed out of the nursing home after dark. And speaking of my grandpa, has anyone here smelled food before? I mean, you know, someone's in the kitchen, they're cooking food and it smells great. You know, you walk in, there's some mashed potatoes and they smell scrumptious.
Yeah.
And you know, over here you see some green beans and they're all so vegetable-like, and you know, you just take a whiff. But then, you know, you're in the bathroom an hour later and you come out and you're like, do not go in there. Do not go in there. Under no circumstances go in there. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And why cell phone chargers? I mean, it seems to me that the main appeal of having a cell phone is that you can use it any place. I can be walking down the road at 3 o'clock in the morning and decide I need to call Bill and take out my trusty phone. But what's the use of a phone that has to be charged for 6 hours every night? I mean, seriously. Sure, I can call Bill at 3 in the morning, but what about the next day when I wake up and my phone's beeping? I need to get a hold of my boss because I'm late for work. And I'll tell you what, the boss will not accept that. I mean, why do you think I'm doing stand-up? That's right. I got fired because I couldn't use my cell phone. I mean, how can I call my boss without my cell phone? And what's the deal with fired anyway? Is that some sort of primitive relic that's come down through the generations? Like there was some crazy tribe that used to burn people at stake? You know, the chief calls in Zulu and says, "Hey Zulu, your performance review hasn't been so great. Would you mind standing on this pile of flammable brush?" No, it's nothing dangerous. This is your yearly bonus. You know, it's not like I'm getting fired and then my boss is telling me to wear in my asbestos jacket the next day. Yeah, I have an asbestos jacket. You don't? I mean, we're at threat level orange.
Yeah.
And, you know, does anyone think it's a little weird that our president is so hung up on gay marriages, but he's using a rainbow to illustrate threat levels? I mean, what's the deal with that? It's almost like he's saying that all terrorists are gay. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't think that those terrorists were learning to fly those planes so they could come over here and watch Queer Eye. I mean, I can't hardly see Ahmad and Rashad sitting down and saying, "Oh my, that new burqa is just fabulous." I mean, seriously, folks. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
And my grandpa. You know, my grandpa, he hates terrorists, but I think he hates gays more. I mean, he's always saying, you know, those fags, they're wanting to change the Bible story to Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve. And you know, that's just crazy. You know, I don't see what the big deal is at all. You know, but you can't really trust my grandpa. I mean, he glues in his teeth every night. Thank you, folks. You guys have been great.